O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by...
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Hialeah Park Casino is turning 10, and we're bringing you an anniversary bash like never before. See $1 million, win $1 million. Join us every Saturday in August, where 10 lucky customers will have a chance to take home $1 million. Snap a selfie with $1 million in cash, post it on social media, and get ready to win even more fantastic prizes. Come to Hialeah Park Casino's 10th anniversary celebration and make history with us. When you see $1 million, win $1 million.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Walton Rayon is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Walton Rayon, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Walton Rayon can help. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty. Good morning, boys and girls. Ready to rock and roll right here on the program. Hope you all are doing well on a beautiful, yes, it's Saturday. Sean and I are here. But this happens when you're in Montreal watching Metallica. You know, so got my Metallica Montreal shirt on today. That was a hell of an experience, by the way. That was a lot of fun going to Montreal. So we're making up for it. We'll be back here next Friday, actually, here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines as we work our way towards the end of the month. So come on by. We'll be out here for a couple of hours till 1 o'clock. At 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. So come on out. Let's have some fun. Big day today, man. The Marlins continue their run to try to make a wild card. Right now, they got, the third spot in the wild card? Well, they're tied with the Reds. I think it is. They're tied with the Reds. And it's almost like one of those things that it's a shame because we, don't take them that serious. You know what I'm saying? Even though they've actually had a really nice season and entertaining. Yesterday, 5 home runs. So they'll continue their actually, today's a doubleheader against the Dodgers. Starts off at 3 o'clock, actually, the first game. And so then you've got the Dolphins playing their game against the Texans, game 2 of the preseason. That's at 4 o'clock, right? We'll talk a little bit about that here on the show. And then we got the really big game tonight at 9 o'clock. And that is obviously Messi and the boys going for the League's Cup championship. Their first opportunity at a trophy. You know, they've got this big, beautiful trophy case that is absolutely empty. And it's a trophy case built for trophies. So hopefully this is the first one of many to come for the Inter Miami Football Club. And man, I swear I can't wait for tonight, dude. I don't know about you, Sean, but it's like I cannot. I mean, I'm looking forward to the football game. Don't get me wrong, and I'll be watching the baseball game and all that kind of stuff. But damn, dude, wow, can't wait for it tonight. Can't wait for tonight, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm watching ESPN this morning as I'm preparing, and they've got all these messy highlights for like 4 minutes. And I'm like, the MLS never got these kind of highlights on ESPN. And then not only that, it's our club getting it, Inter, because of Messi and because of everything going on. So it's just, this is going to be a great sports day today. You know, baseball will be on TV all day. We'll have football and football. That's a lot of fun, man. You need one of these hats, Steven? How about this? Tell me that you're coming out Thursday, and I'll bring you one. How about that? Is that a deal? So if you tell me you're coming out Thursday, I'll bring one for you. How about that, Steve? Because you're as loyal as it gets. You go out to our live performances out for the pre- and post-game show. You've been already to Hialeah Park with your lovely wife. You're always donating to the show. You are one of the, hardcore supporters of our platform. I will get you a Perdomo Army hat. How about that? So if you tell me you're coming Thursday, I'll bring you one. How about that? Okay? I'll be there, damn it. Then I will have the hat for you on Thursday, I promise. You know I'm a man of my word. So you got it, baby. Let's see. White Lightning and Skynet. By the way, remind me, okay? Remind me I got to bring Steven a Perdomo hat. Okay? Don't forget, make a note or whatever, because I can't forget it. I don't want the man showing up on Thursday and then I don't have his hat. And that would be very embarrassing. Because it's not because I didn't get it. It's just because my dumb ass would forget it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Big O on the weekend makes my weekends. Fins up. Thank you. That's very nice, sweet baby Ray. Appreciate you, man. Adrian Garcia is in the house. Let me see who was first today. Brian Walters, baby. Talk about hardcore supporter there. That's Brian Walters, baby. Weston Renaud. Stephen Harris, what's up? Go Canes. You know it. Let's see. Stephen Harris is in. Brian Walters says, I ordered my t-shirt from Caneswear. Nice. There you go. Cap for Life. Spooky Myers. Isaiah's in. Earl Campbell. Big O, do you think that they are babying up Tua? Because in my view, he should have played at least 2 series in our first preseason game and half. And no, dude. No. He doesn't need reps, bro. The offensive line needs reps. He doesn't need that much. So I disagree with you. And there's no babying up. What do you think, bro? He can't play? Are you one of those guys? Are you lost? Is there any part of you that thinks he can't play? Seriously? It's pretty foolish at this point. It's kind of dumb. Anybody that thinks, if you're questioning whether Tua can play at this point, brother, I don't know if you know much about football at this point. To be quite honest, Earl, I know you're a listener and all that, and I'm sorry if I'm being somewhat insulting, but if you're still questioning whether Tua can play or not, I feel for you, my brother. I feel for you. I don't know what it is. Is it just that you just want to be negative or what? He doesn't need any reps, dude. If anything, the 5 guys in the front are the ones that need the reps. And Armstead's not going to play anyways for the next 2 games. He's not going to play till the season starts.
So if anybody needs the reps, it's the lineman, not really the quarterback. The quarterback's fine, dude. What are you overreacting on a couple interceptions in practice? Come on, man. I hope that's not the case, because I really don't. That's kind of silly. Let's see. Cap for Life says, I come in peace. I bring café con leche and chicken empanadas for you and Sean, bro. I made it myself. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Michael Cody is in. Let's see. Think Dodgers blue. Cap for Life says, I really want to see Mitchell Gude tonight. I want to see all the young linebackers. Let's see. Bromar says, we need to see two. I can't take it anymore watching White and Skyler do absolutely nothing. I understand that, but, I think you'll see, I thought he wasn't going to play today, but some of the guys think that he might play a little bit. Who knows? We'll see. But, really, White and Skyler need the playing time as much as you don't like it, but that's kind of the way development goes. No doubt says, looking forward to seeing the depth on this team again, maybe even a touchdown in the red zone. Yeah? Would be nice. Did I not? Really? Wow. Can you do me a favor? Can you go get me some water? I didn't bring water. The refrigerator on the far left on the bottom, they have free water on the bottom. You open and they got all these little bottles all the way to the end. Huh? I'll go all the way to the end. You know where the waiting room is? To the left, you'll see a small refrigerator on the left corner of it, and they have free water there. Thank you, sir. Anyway, so what else do we have here? Duck Dog is in. Adrian Garcia, thank you, sir. Let's see. Rosendo, James Vivinetti, Robert Halliday. Big O, do you know if the starters are playing tonight? I don't know. I can't tell you exactly, my brother. Here's my guess. Some starters will play. That's what I think. Certain guys, like they don't need to see, won't. But I think some will get some playing time tonight. I don't know if X will get any playing time tonight. Speaking of X. Anyway, we'll get to that one too. Always something with that dude. Let's see. Robert Thomason says NFL preseason games are unnecessary for vet starters. Joint practices are enough. Amen. Amen, Robert. Bromar says he can play. I just can't watch shit play QB. Rob Budd says, I don't want any starters playing in the preseason. The joint practices are good enough. Exactly. Yep. And Rosendo reminds, we talking about practice, not a game, practice. Are we signing another corner? Why not? We do that for a living. Andy Breakstone says, do you think Tua's a top 10 QB? Personally, I do. Yes. Yeah, he was in the MVP conversation last year. He's one of the highest rated passers in the NFL. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, it's subjective. Some people think he's in the middle of the pack, or some people think he's 25. I think he's easily top 10. Okay? Easily. But that's me. So I have a lot of respect and a lot of belief that Tua's going to be an absolute freaking stud in this league. Just got to stay healthy. That's all. That's his real challenge. Not playing at a high level, not winning. It's staying healthy, making smart decisions with the football. That's what Tua has to do. Take care of his body. Big O, you just crushed me, but I don't mean it like that, Big O. I just think Tua needs to play. He needs live action. He already had live action. He's had 2 scrimmages already. Doesn't need it, Earl. Didn't you see what happened with Teron Armstead, bro? Does Teron Armstead really need to play? I don't give a shit what Teron Armstead tells me that, I'd like to play some. No, dude. You proved to us all last year you didn't practice at all, and you played at a high level. That man was battered and bruised in the playoff game and still did a hell of a job against the Bills. Yeah, no. I disagree with you. They don't need to play, dude. So, you know. So the Tua practice interceptions. Marino had a 3-interception preseason game after his Achilles injuries, then lit up the Patriots in the home opener for a classic NFL game in '94. Let's go, people. Yeah, I'm not overreacting on anything in the preseason, especially from a good quarterback already at this point. If it's a unproven quarterback, then I can understand. But if it's a guy that you saw him play at an incredibly high level last year, I'm just not worried about Tua. I want Tua to make good decisions with the football. That's where I worry about Tua. Like, do not hang on to the football, young man. Okay? Make a decision, make one quickly, and get the hell out. That's what I want from Tua. You know? Our Crown Vic is in. Basketball Jones is in. Vinny Lena says, do you think Cedric Wilson will be featured more, at least in the 2 preseason? Yes, I think they should. Okay? You should try to, showcase him. There's no doubt. Yes. Please showcase him. That's it. It's important to showcase him, man. So I hope that they do that, to be quite honest. They need to do that. So let's see. By the way, if your business wants to be a part of our platform, all you got to do, folks, is reach out 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. That is our business line. If your company wants to be a part of our platform and maybe be a sponsor of one of our segments, our Dolphins pre- and post-game shows that get a ton of traffic, we've got opportunities there for you. So please reach out to us on our business line at 786-754-4664. And myself or somebody else will get back to you and talk to you about a business partnership with our platform. What else do we have going on? Don't forget, folks, those of you that are watching, please hit the like button, okay? Very important. And share the link, too, to folks out there so they can also find the show. We're going to have to create a new channel for the live show only. We're going to do it on cuts, but apparently we have some technical stuff that it's not good for us to do it on cuts. So we're going to have to do a whole new channel, okay, just for this live program. Everything else, Dolphins pre and post, breaking news, all the interviews, any rants will all be on this channel, the shorts, everything on this channel. Everything will go on this channel except the daily live show. We're going to move that to its own separate channel now, okay? And we're going to post it up soon, and when we do, please start following it because we got to start getting followers on it and get traffic going on it and all that good stuff so we can start monetizing it and obviously, support us so we can survive and make a living. You know what I'm saying? But the way YouTube is doing things, we kind of have to throw a curve here. And so be ready over this weekend. I think by tonight, right? We might have it. By tonight, we might have it. So I'll be able to start posting it and we can start following it and start getting and creating traffic for it and creating what we need in order to survive. All right. Christian says, saludos from California. Some random hurricane coming for us now. I can pretend I'm in Florida. Yeah. I mean, it won't be a hurricane by the time you guys get it, but it'll be a tropical storm. You'll get a bunch of rain. So a hurricane will technically, the effects of a hurricane are going to affect you. It's kind of a conversation we had couple months back about California. That place is wow, dude. I mean, we're watching people evacuated in Montreal, no, not in Montreal, in Canada. We're watching the Tenerife wildfires in the Spanish Islands, floods in. Did you see Frankfurt? The floods in Frankfurt. Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, just put floods in Frankfurt on Twitter there or X. I'm sorry. And check that shit out. How crazy that stuff was, bro. So, don't worry about it. Climate change is not real. It's normal that, hurricanes now are going to be in the West Coast now because those waters are just going to get warmer because waters are only going to get warmer. And guess what's going to happen now? But no, it's normal. It's normal to have all these fires, and it's normal for entire cities in California, Hawaii, now in Canada to disappear from fire. This is all normal. There's no such thing as climate change. Nothing's going on in the world. There's nothing changing at all. No matter what anybody tells you. No climate change whatsoever. This is the same thing as it was in the 70s. Same thing. Same exact thing. Nothing's changed. It's all the exact same thing. Don't worry about it. It's all it is. Tua will be one of the best lefty QBs and will get a Super Bowl and be the third QB to do this. Ken Stabler and Steve Young are the only ones. You are correct. So, let's see. Do you think they need a power back or the running backs they have will do? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. I mean, a short yardage back, if you want to keep the Brooks kid, that might be your best short yardage back because he's like maybe the bigger one out of all of them. I'm interested to see what the Brooks kid does today, too, by the way. See if he can build on what he did last week because he brings something different to the table. It's all about the offensive line more than anything else, man. The flooding is going to be bad in California. They aren't ready for it. Rob, I don't think none of us are ready for any kind of natural disaster. I just don't think any of us are ever ready for that. I don't think any city, any country, anything is ready for a natural disaster. Sucks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, with us being, prepared for hurricanes and everything, that one time when the rain hit us and shut down the port.
Yeah, shut down the port.
You're never prepared for everything.
No, dude, of course not. We're not prepared for any of this kind of crap. Big O, I think Azukama is going to bring a different element to the offense. I agree. Dude, from the second they drafted him, you could go back and check it out. Every time I talk about Azukama, I always talk about him as a runner. Because he did it at K-State. And so that's why I knew when they brought him here, it wasn't only to be a receiver, it was to add that Debo-like element to the offense. And I talked about it last year. Didn't I say that Debo was going to be on this team, but it was going to be separated into all kinds of people. And Azukama was going to bring a little bit of the running game of Debo to the offense. Now, he didn't do it last year. He had a great preseason, and then obviously mentally he wasn't ready he didn't really know the offense clearly, and that's why he wasn't on the field. He wasn't trusted. Because look at the Braylon kid. It's Braylon Sanders, right? Is the other receiver that got injured? Yeah, it's Braylon Sanders, right? He got on the field and he was undrafted. But he obviously here was a little bit ahead of Azukama, and that's why he found himself on the field. Now, he still didn't run the right plays because he left a touchdown on the field when Tua threw him when he stayed short when he had to go long. But whatever. And that's what happens when you have young people and they don't know the offense and then they make the wrong read in a key moment. I blame more McDaniel for putting Braylon Sanders in that position in a very important moment. You don't put a youngin unless he's truly ready, and he clearly was not ready. Weather keep getting more and more extreme as Mother Nature tries to offset the effects we humans are doing to the planet. Yep. We're leaving a terrible planet for our kids. Greer, hashtag Greer Army. In Chris, we trust. I'm with you there. Natural disasters, Hawaii, Canada, and now hurricanes in California, tornadoes in Florida. My thoughts and prayers to all those affected. We got to win a Super Bowl soon, bro. Will they keep Brooks, Nick? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I know as much as you do at this point on who's going to be the fourth back on this team. You know what I mean? I thought for sure it would be Ahmed. But this Brooks kid may dirty the waters here and create problems for us and say, okay, who are they going to keep? You know what I'm saying? Dolphin Nation, enjoy the game and watch the team evolve into a real Super Bowl threat. 12-5 AFC East champions. I like it, True Fin fan. Super V's in. John Wayne 45. You think weather's always been like this, bro, Mar? Please, bro. Come on, dude. Come on, man. We didn't get flooding like we're getting nowadays. And, oceans are going up. Ice caps are melting. Things are different. Like I said, bro, Mar, I don't know how old you are, my man, but I'm 56. And kids in the 70s and the 80s used to hang around shirtless all day. Try doing that now. It's asinine for anybody to think that what's going on now happened 20 years ago and 30 years ago and 40 years ago. I don't remember entire cities disappearing in fires. I don't remember all those fires everywhere. I don't remember the constant flooding 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I don't remember the constant flooding everywhere now. Sorry. You guys want to lie to yourselves because you want to politicize crap? I don't care about Democrats or Republicans. That's the problem with some of you. You have politicized it. Instead of just sitting back and looking at common sense going, yeah, this is not normal. This didn't go on 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. When I was growing up, it wasn't like this. Because it wasn't. You're only lying to yourself if you say that. So you can have a natural disaster once in a while and all that kind of stuff. What's going on now, constantly? My God, California eliminated a lake 80 years ago. Mother Nature said, no, I want it back. That's not normal. That's just not normal. So, whatever. You guys can convince yourselves and lie to yourselves if you want, but there's no way that it was going on. Brickell, there's like 2 inches of rain and it's all flooded. That wasn't like that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Brickell wasn't flooding. Now it floods with everyone. Why do you think? It's because the oceans have gone up. Because we're so damn low. But go ahead and lie to yourselves. Ask the people in Las Olas that live there. Ask them if they were getting flooding 20, 30, 40 years ago. No, they weren't. Now they get a half inch of rain and they get flooded. Whatever you guys want to do, you can lie to yourselves all you want. It just seems like, you're pretty good at, some of you are really good at lying to yourselves. So, anyway. Let's see. Out here, we is stoned, immaculate. I like it. A little wasp. Christian says, last season, the adversity came mid and late season. It appears this season, the opposite. 500 come December, and the Dolphins are in good shape with a favorable schedule. Their adversity was just injuries. The only reason the Dolphins didn't have a better season was because of injuries. Look, okay, let's get back to lying to yourselves. If you were making a prediction that they were going to win 8 or 9 games because you didn't think they were that good and they ended up with the 9 wins, well, you were wrong about the assessment. The only reason there were 9 wins is because of the injuries. If you thought the team was a 9-win team or an 8-win team, and that's where they ended in the 9-win area, and you think you were right, technically you are right. But if you want to lie to yourself, you can go ahead. But the real honesty is the only reason the Miami Dolphins had a 9-win season, it's because the quarterback missed 4.5 games, right? Because the Cincinnati game is a half a game, right? So 4.5 games. And if you have him for those 4.5 games,
It's not 9 wins. It might be 12. So you're in a completely different situation. That's what I love about all of this. This is why the negative Nelly hangs around. They can't wait for Armstead to get injured. They can't wait for somebody to make a mistake. They can't wait to pick on this. They can't wait to talk about this and lie about that. The only reason the Dolphins didn't have a way better season was injuries. It wasn't because they weren't good enough. So if your assessment of the roster was 8 or 9, okay, so you nailed the number, but you didn't nail it because of your assessment of the team. You got lucky they got injured, so they met your number. That's it. You're not a genius unless you want to lie to yourself. You just got lucky that the Dolphins were unlucky. That's really what it's all about. Adversity was injuries, period. They would have lost a few games, but they would have won most of the games that Tua missed. You know, it's just, to me, it's just, I get it, man. For 20 years, it's been one disaster after another, a terrible coach after another, a bad front office after another. And, you know, some of you idiots out there, you still think you got a bad front office when your front office has been absolutely kicking freaking ass. And there's a whole bunch of you that will not allow yourselves to have good things. And you just think like, no, it's terrible, is right around the corner, and the worst is going to happen. And I just don't understand that. I don't understand that. Everything that's going on is actually super freaking positive. You're going to have a little bit of adversity. Now, if you start getting a whole bunch of injuries, then, hey, man, we can't control that. Freaking sucks, dude. We can't control it, and it derails your season. I get all of that. But to just create negativity out of nothing, like they did this week, all those people about Armstead and then picking on Greer, and then, well, he's all right. He's going to be ready for week 1. Now what? So you thought the whole world was, so you're unhappy that the world isn't coming to an end anymore, huh? So you're unhappy now that Armstead is going to be back for week 1? Doesn't give you anything to complain about and bitch? I don't understand some of you out there. Are you really a fan? Do you really want the team to do well? I'm kind of the guy that I want all my teams to do well. I want them all to win. And so I'm going to look at it that way. Now, if there's something obvious that they're not doing, then I'll shed the light on that and say, look, man, this is not right. Whether it's Marlins not spending or whatever it is. The adversity last year was injuries. That's it. It's really that simple for the Miami Dolphins. They were going to lose some games. Mike McDaniel was going to get outcoached in some games. They were going to get beaten in some games. But the main factor on why they didn't win more games was injuries, because they clearly would have won some of those games they lost. Today, by the way, the 3A Graphics Sports Calendar going on today. We got the Marlins. Got 2 games, by the way. 3 o'clock, Yuri Perez taking on Caleb Ferguson. Yuri, by the way, 5-4 and a 3.19 ERA. Big moment for the kid because, you know, they're right here in the playoff race. So this is going to be interesting. Braxton Garrett at 9-10 will toe the slab for the Miami Marlins. He's 7-3 and a 3.91 ERA. Julio Urias is 10-6 and a 4.35 ERA. Yesterday, they hit 5 home runs on the Dodgers. Sandy 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. Got the ERA at 4.11. Soler with 2 home runs, man, in that game. Berger hit his 27th. Chisholm hit his 12th. 3-run shot for Chisholm and Berger, by the way. Gosselin allowed 10 earned runs, dude. Wow, that was good. It was a hell of an explosion by the Marlins. That was a lot of fun there. And then we've got the MLS Cup, 9 o'clock, Nashville taking on Miami. Miami going for the championship. See if they can win the cup. It's pretty freaking awesome. And then at 4 o'clock, we've got the Dolphins and the Texans. So we've got a complete day of sports here in South Florida. 2 baseball games, very important baseball games going for the playoffs. The Miami FC, Inter Miami CF is going for the League's Cup title. And then you got the Dolphins and the Texans, week 2 of the preseason. So that is pretty awesome. That's your 3A Graphics sports calendar. For custom printing and embroidery, call my guy Alan, 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah, 786-251-3404. If your company needs some printing and embroidery for all kinds of products, call my friends at 3A Graphics Sports. They will get it done for you, baby. All right. What else do we have going on? Sean, by the way, is headed to Vegas. Yeah. Sean, you headed to Vegas? How about that? Sean is headed to Vegas. I'm going to, by the way. September 27th through October 1st, my birthday. We are going for Showtime. Canelo Alvarez and Jamal Charlo are going to be battling. And we are going up for Showtime to cover the fight in Las Vegas. So we'll be there for a few days. We'll also do our Dolphins pre- and post-game show from Vegas. So I got to call our friend in Vegas to see if maybe we can do the pre- and post-game show at their sports bar, since it is a Dolphins sports bar in Vegas. You know, so we might be able to do that. So we shall see if Tommy Rockers wants to do a little action over there, a Dolphins sports bar, and do a Dolphins pre- and post-game show in Vegas. So any of our Vegas listeners, we can get together for a pre- and post-game show in Las Vegas. So we'll be out there in Vegas at the end of September. By the way, do you also know what's going on in those 2 days prior to my birthday on the 29th and the 30th? U2 is in concert. So now I have to go. Now I have to try to get tickets. Huh? Yeah, I moved it to December. I'm still going back in December. That I'm going to anyways. I'm still going to my 2 concerts in December. But now that I'm going to Vegas at the end of September, you know, then we gotta find a way. You know what I'm saying? So opening night on the 29th. If anybody knows where I can get a some kind of a general admission ticket there, hook a brother up. I'll buy it, but I got to get a ticket for the 29th for U2 in Vegas. So yes, for our listeners in Vegas, let's get together, baby. Let's get together. Like it. By the way, what an ending to Warrior. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know how many of you are watching Warrior, where you're at in the 3rd season, whatever. But all I'm going to say is the last 2 episodes were extremely satisfying. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Extremely satisfying. Really liked it. Really liked the finish of the 3rd season. I thought that was good. Tuesday, by the way, for us Star Wars people, Ashoka debuts. You're going to watch that? Looks pretty cool. I love what they've done, how they've branched this thing out and extended all the storylines. It's a beautiful thing. All righty. How about this, folks? Let's get into, we love an MVP of the night.
And last night, we got to talk about somebody as our Cutter's Edge MVP, Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Let's go with somebody that's been bringing it all year. I mean, all year. And this idiot here was convinced that he would be a New York Yankee. Now, the Yankees fell apart, so there were more sellers than buyers anyway, so they didn't need him. But Jorge Soler, who hit 2 more home runs yesterday, now has 32 home runs on the season, 67 RBIs. He's got an 851 OPS right now, batting 245. I know the average, but that's kind of the norm nowadays, that you don't have a great average, but he has been a great power hitter. He has driven in runs. For the Marlins, he has been big, dude. Yesterday had a solo shot in the first and a solo shot in the third. 5 home runs yesterday for the Marlins. I mean, that was a lot of fun. But I got to give Jorge Soler, who at the beginning of this season, I was wondering, does he have the motivation to just get the hell out of here and play well? And do the Marlins, at what point do they get rid of him? And what's turned out is he's turned out to be one of your MVPs of the season, actually. Yuri was kind of headed in that direction, but then once they sent him back to the minors, you kind of got off the bandwagon there. So then you got to go a raise, and Jorge Soler is one of those guys because it can't be Sandy. Although I will say the guy that's pitching in the evening tonight, Braxton Garrett, is another guy that's been, he's been really good this year, for the Marlins. So you can make an argument for several people being a couple of people being your MVP, but Jorge Soler from the first day of the regular season till right now, through all the ups and downs, he has been the most consistent person throughout, along with Luis Reyes, pretty much. So I got to give Jorge Soler a ton of credit. He's played better than what I thought. He's hit actually for a higher average than I thought. And he's turned out to be an incredibly important piece for a young team that actually is still fighting and realistically is in this wild card race. So Jorge Soler, my man, I got to give you our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Big O, these non-believers have been mentioned. My Jim Morrison ghost crowd, the young child's fragile egg shell mind. The ghost of Brian Flores still haunts these fragile negative Nancys. Yeah, I think it's Brian Flores. I think it's Cam Cameron. I think it's Tony Sperano. I think it's Joe Philbin. I think it's Dave Wanstead. I think it's just the experiences of so many of these bad coaches that they're just so jaded, is what it is. You're just jaded. It sucks, but that's kind of the reality. Unfortunately, we just have a lot of our fans that are just beaten down, and they just don't give themselves a chance to say, shake all of this off. This isn't the same stuff that's happened in the past. This is actually different. And I think we have to just kind of, maybe it's kind of like the Marlins. People don't talk about the Marlins. They're not really on the bandwagon of the Marlins. Well, let's not say bandwagon, because I think there's Marlins fans all over, but it's just one of those things that it's hard for them to believe that this is true. And they're almost waiting for the other shoe to fall because management is never really committed. And so now, surprisingly, they're in the wild card race and people kind of still don't believe it. And until you're officially winning that wild card, then I think people start to believe and say, hey, maybe this is something real. And can that ownership group build on this? That kind of stuff. And maybe that's what it is for the Dolphins. Maybe you need them to make the playoffs again. Like the Panthers. Like when they made the playoffs this year, sure, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. But did you know that this was the 4th straight year that the Panthers made the playoffs? So after all these years of incompetence, do you realize that the Panthers are a perennial playoff team now? And now is when you're going to start seeing that bandwagon start to load up more, because people now are saying, oh, this isn't the shot in the dark that they normally do, that they make the playoffs and then disappear for another 10 years and then show up again, like the Dolphins. 08, 16, 01. It's like it was like 6, 7, 8 years apart from every playoff appearance, right? And you're like, okay, 16 was the last one before, last year, right? So that's 4 or 5 years now. 4 years you're removed from the last. No, 6 years you're removed from the last one. You know what I mean? And so for the Dolphin fan, for the Marlins fan, for the Panthers fan, the lack of success, it's almost like shell shock for you to actually believe that the success is real and not Memorex. Again, another one of those sayings. I don't have a modern version for it. Real or Memorex. What's modern day version of that nowadays? Nothing. It's the hardest thing sometimes with talk shows to do things like that. Anyway. So isn't that interesting that the Marlins fan needs to see probably a string of success in order to believe that they actually have a good team? The Panthers fan needs to see a string of success to believe that they actually have a good team. And it looks like the Dolphins fan is the same way. They're going to need a string of success in order to really believe that they're a good team. So they made the playoffs last year. If they can make the playoffs again this year, then people say, wow, we never make the playoffs 2 years in a row. It's like, oh. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Weapon X United, thank you, sir, for making a donation here on the Super Chat. He says, good to see you on Saturday, Big O. I just wanted to call out Lou, Dez, Brandon, and Kurt as the front-running phonies on air. Go Dolphins. Good stuff, Weapon X United. Appreciate you. Big O, Sandy win-loss record should have been better. If you recall, the bullpen gave up the lead in a few of his starts and no run support many times when he pitched. This year, he sucked, bro. This year, he got rocked several times. Sandy has not been himself, bro. I'm not giving Sandy a break. He has a very high standard, and he didn't even come close to his standard this year. He had a shitty season by him. He's an ace pitcher. He's a stud. He pitched like a dud this year. Too many times he got smoked. And by the way, he had a good outing yesterday. Not a great outing. 6 innings, 3 earned runs is not a great outing. It's a good outing, not a great outing. Okay? So, 7 hits in 6 innings, that's not impressive. Are we going to really call it like we see it now? Are we going to do that? Okay? 3 earned runs in 6 innings is solid, but nothing special. That gives you a 4 ERA again. And 7 hits in 6 innings, not impressed either, by the way. So I kind of disagree with you on that. Sandy's been mediocre, bro. He's a stud. Studs don't pitch like this. Studs got to pitch a lot better, and especially when seasons are on the line. So, no, I'm not giving Sandy a break. Sandy needs to pitch better. He has, and by the way, there's a lot of pitchers at times that, they don't get some run support in a couple of their outings. But this year, I'm going to lay it on Sandy more than anybody else. And he should too, if he looks in the mirror. Lisa says, I have to leave some of those so-called Fin fans group on Facebook. The negativity was just overwhelming. That's all they look for, Lisa. Hey, look, man, we can be negative when it has to be. No problem. You know it, Lisa. I can be as negative as anybody out there. I can squash people as soon as possible. I got no problem with that. But I don't do it just to do it for fun. I do it because, bro, I know Cam Cameron can't coach, or Joe Philbin sucks, or Ryan Tannehill is never going to be a good quarterback. That's why I do it. But what's going on now, there's nothing to be negative about. Like I said, it just seems like, Lisa, we have a certain section of Dolphin fans that are going to need to see a ton of success before they even are happy or allow themselves to be happy. You guys can do that. Meanwhile, I'm happy. I'm super happy. I'm super pumped. I think this season's going to be a freaking blast. Let's see. Super V says, the MVP of the sports talk community is you, Big O. You continue to bring us fans great content on not just sports, but other topics that is going on that's relevant to our lives. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. And by the way, I know it wasn't exactly sports, but that first half hour yesterday of our financial talk about what's going on in this world, incredibly educational. And I hope you guys picked up on that because that's something that could help you guys out a lot. Let's see. Kevin Hunts. Last year, we weren't winning games with our backup QBs, etc. Good teams win those games. Big O, yeah, but when your entire secondary is mincemeat and your left tackle is out and all that, no, you don't win. You don't win. Nobody wins when your entire secondary is out, your left tackle's out, your quarterback is out, one of your pass rushers was out for the season. I'm sorry, dude. I disagree. They had devastating injuries last year. Devastating. What happened to that secondary ruined that entire defense. You could not play defense with that secondary. There was one guy that was reliable, and it was Holland. No one else. Well, Kohu. Kohu was reliable, but that's it. X was playing on half a leg. I hope the young Finns are better than my young Blue Jays and Red Wings teams who haven't shown out. I hope so too, Rob. Chad is in the house. Only people to listen to are Big O, Reason, Tobin, and Dudley Do. Well, thank you. Those are all good dudes. Let's see. J-Town is in. Thank you, J-Town. You missed the Omar segment. Okay. Big O, why do people think Josh Allen is better than Tua? Well, because he's been better than Tua. He's got a longer track record of success. You know what I'm saying? In the end, Tua will be the better passer, but time will answer all of that. Right now, you can't put Tua in front of Josh Allen. It's not being objective. Right now, Josh Allen has to be in front of him. You know, Tua hasn't done it enough yet. Last year was his first year of really showing out. Now he has to put together a complete season and show out. And then he can start to close that gap. But right now, dude, you got to give Allen the respect that he's earned. That's all. We got to be fair on these things. I don't like anything about the Bills or the Jets or the Patriots, but that's not going to stop me from being objective and calling things the way you see it. Josh Allen's the best QB in the division until Tua starts to unseat his ass, beat him, and play consistently like he played last year. And then he can become that guy. But he has to first do it. We can't give it to him. You got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he will. I believe he'll be the better passer when it's all said and done. But you got to go out and earn it, my man. So Right now, Allen is the better QB, and there's no discussion with that right now. He gets the nod. He deserves it. We need X to chill out. He's going to pull another hamstring. Yeah, it's for those of you that don't know, okay, Andy Slater reported that X apparently has been doing some shady shit, and allegedly, of course, and not a good thing. That's all I can say. But I'll read you the story here. As I've said for a couple of years now, there's always something with X, and I just don't get it. I really don't. Do you think it'll rain today, Sean? Okay. So Slater reports that Xavian Howard is being accused of making secret sex videos and then sharing them. That's what the lawsuit shows. Additionally, one woman got into his community this year and smashed his Bentley with a baseball bat. She was later arrested. Howard's attorney, Brandon Sohn, this lawsuit is a dead loser, period. Full stop. We will be seeking dismissal on legal several deficiencies on Monday, but in terms of substance of the case, there is just no merit to it. So whether they can prove it or not, or there is proof or not, who knows? All I know is that Xavian Howard has a absolutely how am I going to phrase this? Very colorfully and very bluntly and very honestly. Xavian Howard is a shit judge, of judgment. When it comes to judgment, he's pretty shitty. Let's put it that way. Okay? He doesn't even know what a good person is, what a bad person is. He clearly hangs around a lot of garbage. Okay? Because, there's either domestic issues, there's these kind of issues, there's allegations of, what was it, herpes or some crap or some kind of, whether, and I think he didn't do it, right? Okay, so what kind of women are you hanging around with, bro? What kind of shit are you picking up on the streets? That's what I would like to know with Xavian Howard. Can you have a better judge of people, dude? Like, your judge of character is terrible, bro. Like, you don't know how to pick up decent women? You know what I mean? Well, most decent women don't want you filming them anyway. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Husband and wives, whatever. It's all husband and wife. But, if you're just picking up some hoe on the street, or you're picking up some girl on the street, or a lady on the street, normally if she's a lady, she doesn't know you, and you're just having sex, they don't want you filming them. You know what I'm saying? So all of these incidents that he gets involved with, whether he's not guilty or guilty, he's guilty of one thing. Just incredible stupidity. Because he clearly doesn't know how to hang around decent human beings. What is it that I say all the time, Sean, about famous people? They should hang around what? With people that have as much to lose as you do. And Xavian Howard is clearly not hanging around people that have as much to lose as him. He's hanging around people that all they want to do is make money off of him. So, my man, stop going out with skanks and losers. This is what you put yourself in. This is Le'Veon Bell picking up two hoes, sleeping with him in his condo, and then in the morning saying, "Hey, ladies, you stay here while I go work out." Two strange women, and guess what they end up doing? They end up stealing his stuff from his house, and then he's complaining, "I left two strange women in my house, and they stole from me." Really, dude? Wow. I can't believe that happened. So if I'm going to say anything about Xavian Howard,
My man, how about some common sense? How about hanging around decent human beings? How about stop hanging around skanks, bitches, scum that clearly are coming back after you? You know, it's kind of common sense, X. I get it. Maybe these nasty ass women you're hanging around with are willing to do any crazy ass thing you want to do in bed. And who knows, maybe your regular baby mama or wife or girlfriend or whatever it is, she's kind of whatever. Maybe she didn't give you what you want at home. Use some intelligence, dude. That's the problem with Xavian Howard. There isn't a lot of intelligence when it comes to his socializing. He clearly socializes with people that most of us wouldn't want any part of. Like I say about famous people, man, hang around with the same kind of people. Hang around with people that have something to lose like you. You'll see the results will be different. But if you hang around people that all they can do is gain from you, that's not good. That's not good. All right. Big O X needs Alarmo as his bodyguard. Yeah. Alarmo would do a better job for him. All right, let's take a quick break. 1 hour down. We got one more to go. Give us a couple minutes. We are live here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Hour number 2 of the Big O radio show rolls on.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Hialeah Park Casino is turning 10, and we're bringing you an anniversary bash like never before. See a million, win a million. Join us every Saturday in August, where 10 lucky customers will have a chance to take home $1 million. Snap a selfie with $1 million in cash, post it on social media, and get ready to win even more fantastic prizes. Come to Hialeah Park Casino's 10th anniversary celebration and make history with us. When you see $1 million, win $1 million.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Walton Rayon is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Walton Rayon, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Walton Rayon can help.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be...
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Walton Rayon is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Walton Rayon, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Walton Rayon can help.
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One was over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. About, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See? And then, of course, we got, the bunkers. Got to have the bunkers, man. Got all kinds of bunkers there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a taste of our backyard. There's Maiden right there. Maiden. Bono, how you doing, Bono? Bono. He's a Carolina dog, by the way. These dogs are amazing. Their temperaments are awesome. But there is the Sylvester Palm, which is just beautiful. All right, call my guys, Will and Mike at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. Dogs are not included, okay? Can't include the dogs. Those are mine. But the exceptional work, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes. Make your home an oasis. CuttersEdgePro.com. Go to their Instagram page, by the way, so you can see a lot of the before and after work that they do. And it is exceptional, baby. This thing's been on here for about 9 months.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Yes, sir. The Summer of Performance sales event going on right now here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Come on out here, baby. 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. Yeah, I did. I went to take a test drive. I was talking to Larry, talking to different salespeople, all that kind of stuff. No, I wasn't taking a dump or anything like that. By the way, just in case, because you guys usually say that when I do this. But no, I was just talking to a lot of the people inside. And conversations, they start running. We had a couple of listeners here, by the way. So kind of talking to them and all that. So that's kind of, it happens that people come out here. So I got to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what happened to the Omar Kelly segment with Big O? I'm just finding these anymore. It's amazing. If it was something that you like so much and he's been gone for 2 months, how are you asking about it now? He got a job at QAM, so he's making a lot more money over at QAM than he would with us. Okay? I like our insiders to be exclusive. Okay? If you're not going to be exclusive, then I can't have you on the platform. It's just kind of the way it goes. And so he got the pregame there, so he's doing it there. I hate repeating this stupid story over and over and over again. And it comes from people that actually are just kind of full of shit. To be quite honest, he's been gone for 2 months. Now's when you're missing it. Now's when you mention it. It's like, really? So, it gets to a point like, it's... at this point, X should have every woman he meets and take home a signed NDA and extra paperwork. Probably. Yeah. Why don't you go listen to the last 200 shows and you'll find out. Yeah, it's just Rosenda goes, who is Omar Kelly? But it's just funny to me, like people react like weeks later, month later, 3 months later. Hey, where's Joe? Like I got like a guy. Hey, where's Joe Shad? Because Joe was gone for several months, and some guy sends me a DM. He goes, "Hey man, haven't seen Joe on the show. Really missed that segment. Where is he? What happened?" And it's like, bro, this was months ago that now's when you're gonna text me? Like, why don't you text me like a week later after he's off? Like, okay, then I can understand. But like months later, I missed the Omar segment. Months later, I missed the Joe Shad segment. Did you really miss it that much? You're checking in months later. It's hilarious. J-Town says, I disagree with you. I like it when you repeat the Omar explanation. It's funny as hell and it makes for good content. Yeah, I get you. That's true. Dairy Queen's Hot Dog says, Big O, what happened to the Omar? The cap is not real and the Dolphins are in crisis segment. Oh, by the way, this week, Omar had the cap being real because that's why they couldn't sign Dalvin Cook. I was laughing my ass off when I heard him say that. He was on with Joe in the morning. I know because I went to go get breakfast, and he was telling, oh no, Joe, they couldn't sign Cook. That was too much money. They have to sign other guys. They didn't have they couldn't do that under the cap. And I'm like, but I thought the cap was fake, Omar. I thought the cap's not real. I thought you could sign anybody and everybody all the time, and there are no repercussions or whatsoever. So this week for Omar, the cap was real. I don't know about next week. Next week, the cap will be fake. Who knows? Too funny. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, you let me check. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Remember, you can make a Bitcoin donation too on Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Steven Gonzalez, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Very nice of you. And remember, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show, and a Bitcoin donation is also always very, very appreciated too, especially with the dip going on right now. Woo, doggy. Get me you can make a Bitcoin donation. That'll be very nice of you. And by the way, Bitcoin just over 26,000 right now. It's getting to about 1% up, just 1%. The one that's riding is H-bar. H-bar is up 15.5%. And that, remember, the government is going to use H-bar. For the Fed payments now, they're going to use the Hashgraph blockchain. Interesting. I'm a big H-bar guy, and I was able to take advantage a lot of it under 5 cents. It got to over 7 cents recently, and then it had this dip now, and it went all the way down to, a little lower to the 6 cent mark. Now it's climbed up almost to 6.6 cents right now, and it looks like it's headed back up over 7 cents again. So good stuff. H-bar moving really, really well right now. And it looks like that one is gaining momentum from their deal with the government. I like it. All right. And thank you, Stephen, again. Appreciate you. Let's see what else do we have. What else? I still don't know if Omar likes Tua or doesn't. I think he's a solution after all these years. Well, it depends on what you read. One week he'll be the next great passer, and then the week after that, he's concerned about this. So it all depends. You know how it is with Omar. We gotta. It goes with the wind. It all depends. Quant as well will be involved with the government too, with the CBDCs. Yes. Yeah. Quant's a little bit more expensive, obviously. So, for it to double, triple, and quadruple and 10 time and 20 time, it's going to be a lot harder for Quant than it is for H-bar. You know what I'm saying? Like H-bar, I think, can maybe even climb all the way to $1 when it's all said and done. H-bar is going to be a monster, I think, but that's just me. Quant 20 times. Whew, isn't Quant isn't it like close to $100? Let me see. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. Yeah, it's $100 right now. I don't know about that. I don't know about 20 times. Let me explain something to you guys here. Let me get the information here, and let me explain it because that's a lot, man. Okay, so right now, okay, here we go. Where is okay, so right now, okay, maximum supply 14.8 million, which by the way is a low number, which is actually very good for Quant. And right now 12 of the 14 is already circulating, which by the way, again, that is very good too for Quant. And what else am I? Here we go. This is what I wanted to find out. Where are we at here? Trying to find this damn. Oh, here we go. Well, you know what? No. I'm wrong. No, it's 1.2 billion. It can go to 20 billion. No, it's possible. No, you're right. No, you know what, Kyle? You're right. It could go 20. I thought the market cap was higher than 1.2 billion. It could. No, you're right. And with the limited number of quant that's available, it reminds me a lot of Illuvium. Like, I'm a big Illuvium guy, and Illuvium is somewhere in the $50 range. It was up to $2,000. And there's only 9 million Illuvium. And again, market cap kind of the same thing, that it's a very manageable one, and it can multiply in a big time way. To give you like the market data for Illuvium, they have 9.63 million, which is less than Quant, and their circulating supply, they're at 3.5. So their total supply is 7.7, and their market cap is 159 million. So this is why I think Illuvium is maybe the most, it's at $46 right now. It's probably the most explosive one when it comes to gaming. I think Illuvium is one of those. And why? Because the market cap can really fly. The circulation is low. So you got a lot of potential with Illuvium. So I can see Quant, because of the usage, going 20 times over, just like I can see Illuvium going 100 times over, by the way. So, yeah. Big O, you're not buying the Noah hype? No, I don't buy any Noah hype until I see it in a game on a consistent basis. You're gonna be in situations where you're gonna have to have single coverage, and his what's it called? His instincts scare the shit out of me. So I cannot trust him, unfortunately. He hasn't done enough for me to trust Noah Igbenogamy. Okay. Let's see. The reason I don't like H-bar that much, it's because most of the tokens went to the insiders. Quant has 70% to the public, very bullish. That is true. That is true. Who else is proven enough to start? It's Cater in the nickel, Noah on the outside. Actually, I'm going to go with Cam Smith on the outside, Noah inside. I'll go with Cam Smith over Noah every day of the week and twice on Sundays. So I just don't trust Noah. He has to earn my trust, and I just haven't seen enough to trust him. When sports and business collide, we like doing something called the KSDT CPA Sports Business Report. All right, Verizon. So ESPN now, since they've been set aside, they are building up some partnerships, man, or trying. And one, as you all know, the gambling partnership that they just built, which is going to produce some money for them. Well, now Bob Iger, chief executive officer of the Walt Disney Company, divulged to investors and its sports arm ESPN is looking for a strategic partner to purchase an equity stake in the network. The decision to move in this direction comes as the worldwide leader has seen its cable distribution drop to 71 million households, and more people continue to cut the cord. In fact, cord cutting has caused significant subscriber drops across the board for cable networks as they work to produce viable digital platforms. Now, a report from The Information has linked wireless network operator Verizon to ESPN. ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro has divulged that the network has conversations with regarding a partnership. Some reporting has connected ESPN with sports leagues, which could redefine the process of attaining broadcast rights. Along with various technology companies, Verizon could prove to be the right match, as its network of over 100 million subscribers could potentially include a deal. At the moment, it remains unknown how much equity would be purchased by a strategic partner should the network be able to close a deal. 80% of the network is owned by Walt Disney Company, while the remaining 20% is owned by Hearst Communications. Verizon would reportedly be interested in working with ESPN on a streaming service, which could indicate the forthcoming direct-to-consumer product. The company's chief executive, Hans Vestberg, has told executives with sports leagues and teams that companies is exploring the partnership to help launch a new streaming version of the sports channel, which, again, for Verizon, this is good for them because this gives them content. And that's what a lot of these platforms are looking for. So now that TV companies are pretty much falling apart and they're losing everything because we're all going to platforms, well, now these platforms are picking up the pieces in different areas and adding it to their properties. ESPN, as you know, they are receiving a cash infusion in its 10-year, $2 billion deal with Penn Entertainment to create the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. So now you've got that going on. So ESPN has to start creating revenue streams for them to survive. Interesting. Verizon looking for content, and it could be ESPN. That is your KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
Yes, sir. Let's do a little birthdays. We got some big names today celebrating birthdays. John Stamos is 60 years old. The Predator, Bill Clinton, is 77. Matthew Perry is 54 years old today. Let's see. John Deacon, bass player for Queen, is 72. Fat Joe is 53. Rapper celebrating a birthday today. Christina Perri, pop singer, is 37 years old today. Nate Dogg was born on this date back in 1969. So today would have been his birthday. Unfortunately, we lost him back in 2011. Rapper Romeo Miller is 34 years old. Kirk Cousins, he of the Boring Clothes, is 35 years old.
Kira Sidwick, thank you, is 58 years old. If you watched her TV show for years, you'll know what that thank you is. Let's see what else. That's about it. No wrestlers or anything that I don't know of. Although a reggaeton singer, Feed, is 31. I have no idea who he is. Okay. Let's see if I passed up a wrestler that I didn't realize, so I can say it, and maybe Sean will. Nope. None of that, baby. None of that. All right, let's go to music history today. In music history, August 9th. What happened on August 19th in music history? Well, in 1967, on this date, the Beatles scored their 14th U.S. number one single with All You Need Is Love. Love. Love is all you need. Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Eric Clapton, Keith Moon, Graham Nash, and others all sang backup vocal tracks. In 97, on this date, Fleetwood Mac released their live album, The Dance, which reunited the band's lineup of Buckingham, Fleetwood, McVie, and Nicks. In 2005, a life-size bronze statue of Thin Lizzy's Phil Lynott was unveiled in Dublin. In 2001, 7 months after leaving Metallica to focus on his side project, bassist Jason Newsted made his first live appearance with that group, Echo Brain. In 2008, Stained released their sixth studio album, The Illusion of Progress. And that is what happened today in Musica History. There you go. How about that, folks? What else do we have? I can't believe O said I was full of for asking a question. I can't watch the 3 or 4 hours, dude. I'll take that. You've always been my favorite Dolphin reporter. Keep up the good work. What did I say he was full of? For the Omar thing? Is that what it is? Probably. Is he the one with the Omar thing? Yeah. It's like 2 months ago. Yeah. Let's see. Coco Chanel. Yes, Coco Chanel. You a Coco Chanel fan? Happy birthday to Coco. True Fin wants to remind us that he just farted right now. It's very important. Good thing is none of us can smell it. That's important. It's actually important. It's not coming through the mic or anything like that. Okay. Whatever happened to Omar Kelly? He's not been on the show for a minute. Saw Fleetwood Mac and Men at Work in the 80s. Something. Well, I'm glad you saw it. You see the Eagles, by the way, lost a little depth at corner. Yeah. Zeke McPherson, I think is kind of the kid's name, or Zek McPherson. That's what it is. He's one of the backups. He's battling for the nickel and dime spot, and he ends up suffering an injury yesterday, out for the year. Tore his Achilles. Second preseason game last night, or Thursday night, and so he'll miss the 2023 season now. It's like... And luckily, it wasn't one of their starters, but it's one of their next guys up. So if you lose one of your starters, that's one less guy you have as depth. And that's the worst part about this preseason crap, man, is that you just got to, pray that your guys can survive and stay healthy. That's how ridiculous it is, dude. It really is. It's sure, you want to get playing time, and like some of you out there, I want to get Tua out there, and he doesn't really need to be out there, bro, and risking any injury. Some defensive lineman breaks out, and one of your offensive linemen doesn't pick him up, and then he gets a free shot at Tua. I just don't think that's needed, to be quite honest. I just think you kind of want to stay away from something like that. And if you can save your players as much as possible for the regular season, I think that's what you have to do now. Look, man, we don't live in the era anymore where they hit a lot. And when you used to hit a lot, you can be, your body, I think, gets better prepared for the season. But I think that's one of the problems now in football. Since there isn't enough contact,
when you do have contact, you end up getting a lot of these injuries. And it's frustrating. Let's see. They have a new band called Better Lovers with the vocalist from Dillinger Escape Plan. They are sick. Oh, hey, do you like the band Every Time I Die from Buffalo? I don't know that band. I don't know that band. Every Time I Die from Buffalo. I done started something with Omar's comments. Our starters should wait to play till the regular season and let the others battle everything out. I agree. And smash the hell out of the like button. Let's go, folks. Come on. Smash it. And the like button, too. Nashville and Miami tonight at 9 o'clock. It was really cool watching all the Messi highlights and Inter Miami highlights this morning on ESPN. And, you know, the thing that is building, and I'm looking forward to it, is when we start getting jingoistic about the MLS. You know, because we are about the NFL. We've got the best players, and in baseball and in basketball and in hockey. And, you know, we look at it like these are the best leagues in the world for these sports. Soccer, that's not the case, as you all know. But that's the beauty of adding Messi and maybe what happens over the next 10, 15 years, that you start to get other teams, other clubs that go out and get stars. And they start to take the European stars and start bringing them here from South America and from Europe. And all of a sudden now, you know, you can start to create your own type of great soccer league. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're watching, I think, a lot of pride in Miami now, because you're watching people become Miami fans because of Messi. They're Messi fans, right? Not really Inter fans, but they're now pulling for Inter because they pull for Messi. So now we have inherited, as Inter Miami fans, we have inherited a world of fans now all around that are big Messi people that want to support our team because Messi, right? So all of a sudden, Miami is going to be fast-tracked into pride and all those kind of things. You know what I mean? And when they go to Copa Libertadores next year, there's going to be a lot of pride from Americans overall about Inter and going up against other teams from Central and South America in that tournament. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool to watch how right now it's, you know, slow, very slow turn right now. Now it's big on the Miami side because you're watching pink jerseys in every road game. You know what I'm saying? And that is actually really, really cool. So I was thinking about that, how, you know, we get so, you know, so pro-American, jingoistic about everything else that we do, that we're the best in this and the best in that. And I look forward to the day that, you know, I hope I'm still around 15, 20 years from now, that maybe this league actually gets the chance to grow to become a super league. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of fun to see that if Miami itself becomes kind of a super team in this league, it's going to be the one team around the world that people are going to be interested in. Because if you think Jorge Mas or the Mas brothers are done just because they got Messi, you don't know those guys. You don't know those guys. Those guys are maniacs. They're going to want to win big. I don't think people realize Jorge Mas, he doesn't want to compete with the MLS. He wants to compete with Liverpool and Barcelona. That's what he wants to compete with. He wants his brand, his logo, his city to be that crest to be known like those logos. Seriously, I'm not joking. That's his, you know, big picture. His big picture is not to be a beast of the MLS. His big picture is to be a beast, a club in the world. So brace yourselves, because these guys aren't playing games. This is the start and more to come.
More to come. He wants the way he's going to make money is to make his club worldwide, world class, not MLS class, world class, and he knows it because that way he could get people all over the world buying their jerseys and spending money and coming. And I'm sure there's probably going to be plans to expand that stadium now. You know, the one in Miami I'm talking about that they're going to build there. I'm sure they're probably thinking, yeah, you know what? We need to find a way to add 10 more thousand somehow. Build it higher, build it wider, whatever we got to do, but we need to add more. And we need to add more money-making opportunities inside that stadium. It's going to be pretty cool to watch. But I want to remind you guys, he's not looking to just dominate the MLS. No. He wants his team that when they go on the road and they go play a friendly or they go play in somebody's tournament, you know, or one of these champions type tournaments and things like that you're playing against some of the best clubs in the world, he wants that team to hang with the best clubs in the world, not hang and beat just MLS teams. That's the big picture for the Moss brothers. Okay? Brace yourselves. This ride is going to be a lot of fun, man. Is Messi going to be here for the... Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. He'll be here. His last year will be the first year of that new stadium. They'll get it done because it's private. They'll build that thing super... They built the last stadium in 8 months. So, yeah. And remember, that's their thing. They'll get it done. I don't know if Inter's getting Sanchez. We'll see. Sounds like it. 15 to 20 years, where are you going to be, Big O? I don't know. I'll be with my wife somewhere. I don't know. Have no idea. Hopefully, I'll be enjoying life still at 15 to 20 years from now. I hope. You never know. Every day is a blessing. Messi won't be here forever. Start building the future now. They're already doing it, and they'll buy another star when Messi's gone. They'll buy another star. This club is. They're thinking much bigger. Trust me, much bigger. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? What else do we have going on here? Do we have any breaking news, by the way? Anything I haven't seen there, Sean? Because I make sure I'm not missing anything, any kind of breaking news or anything like that. I know that they're investigating now what the ESPN reported that the NBA is looking into the Morey and stuff, which, yeah, I don't think they can do much there. Try to trade him, he can't. Wants to keep him, whatever. It is what it is. You know, I don't think there's much to do there when it's all said and done. It's probably a complaint from the agent or something. What's that? Oh, okay. Teddy Two Gloves playing? Number 50. The 50-year-old wearing number 50. Okay. What's this Baker Mayfield seeks information about handling of $12 million? Quarterback Baker Mayfield tries to turn his football career around. He's dealing with an issue regarding the money that flowed from the salad days of his NFL tenure. KXAN is reporting Mayfield and his wife Emily filed a petition Tuesday seeking information regarding the possible misappropriation of $12 million by an Austin, Texas investment firm, complicating the situation. In fact, that the family members are involved. The petition names various defendants, Camwood Capital Management Group, yada, 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 all this stuff. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is nothing important. It's not a football thing to talk about or anything like that. It's State Farm? I don't know. He's not in good hands? Is that what you're saying? He's not in good hands? State Farm didn't put him in good hands? What was that? No, it was a State Farm. No, it was Progressive, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Progressive. Yeah. I was never a Baker fan. I got to say. Just never a Baker fan. Never a Baker believer. Hear me out, Big O. Messi crosses over to Finns as Uwe van Schamen 2.0. I like it. I like it. In 15 years, Big O will be living off his millions in Bitcoin finally sold. God, I hope so. That would be really nice if that could come true. I don't know if I have enough to become millions, by the way. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, but not that much, But huh? Who flew out to Nashville? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Michelle flew out this morning. Panizo flew out last night. I saw Panizo fly out last night. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Score prediction for Inter game tonight, 3-1 Inter. Okay? 3-1 Inter. You're going to go with blowout? Like what, 5-0 or something? 5-1? Sean's going 5-1. I'm going 3-1. We need to win tonight, bro. I mean, we need to win. Yeah, they got to win tonight, bro. Got to win tonight. Damn, I'm excited for
all I've been hearing about is the
so
Nashville
fun.
defense and how they might try to slow down Messi. I feel like Messi's going to be like, okay, time to prove something.
Yeah. By the way, after the Dolphins show, you can come back to this platform. This is why we tell you to hit the notification bell. That way you know when a new interview is posted, a rant, what a short. Do they get even if a short is posted, do they get I don't even know if they get a notification. There's one short there that you guys should check out that I posted today. That is so true, by the way. What was that? Okay, it'll pop up. And that way you know, but I will give a recap of the Dolphins game tonight. Okay, so I'll be taking my notes, and at the end of the game, I'll put together a recap of the game and give you my thoughts on some of the things that went on, and we'll talk about that. Okay, so you'll have that. It won't be a live show. It'll be a segment that we will post here on the platform. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get that after the game is done, my recap of tonight's game, okay? I should probably recap also the Leagues Cup too later on in the evening. Maybe I'll do that also for you guys, okay? Rise Taylor, thank you for the love on the super chat. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And you can make a Bitcoin donation at Cash Big O Show. Rise says, what's up, Big O? Great show. Primetime Dolphins football day. Even if it's preseason, who do you think wins the number 3 wide receiver and 3 quarter? Well, White looks to me like he's winning the quarterback battle, and Braxton Berrios, I've always thought was the number 3. I never went with the chosen stuff. Just didn't think he can. I'm sorry. I just don't. When I look at chosen, I kind of look at him as a backup outside wide receiver. That's really the way I look at him, to be quite honest. Okay? So that's all I can tell you. Thanks. I really don't watch preseason. It's against my religion. That's why you need just to get our recap, Rosendo. Don't watch. Just watch my recap. That's what you need. Okay? And by the way, we're going to have a new channel for the live show only. And I need you guys to subscribe to it right away and watch the hell out of it from the live shows and watch them over and over. We need to build up the hours really quickly on that channel so we can start getting it monetized. But we're going to put a channel up that it's only going to be for the live show. And then this channel will have all of the interviews, rants, Dolphins pre and post game show, shorts, everything except the daily live show. We're going to create a separate channel specifically for the daily live show, and we have to start it from scratch, unfortunately. The Big O Show Radio Cut, the Big O Radio Show Cuts channel does not work for what we want to do, unfortunately. It's some technical crap anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not important in your world. But what's important is to support the channel that we're going to come up with now. It should be done tonight. I should be posting it. I'll talk about it tonight too on the recap and all that kind of stuff to get it going. Okay? So help us out with that one. What else? Well, when sports and business collide, that's right. We like doing something called the KSDT CPA Sports Business Report. There you say, wrestling's crap. It's fake. I hate it. Can't stand it. I'll never watch it. Nobody cares. Don't be foolish. Lots of people care. Lots of people watch. Lots of people support it. It may not be your thing. I'm not some wrestling expert or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I respect it, man. I know it's something big because we all have friends that like wrestling. So it's impossible for people to think that it's not big, it's not important, that people don't watch it. You can have an opinion about it, but what you can't deny, it's a monster. And WWE WrestleMania 40 is breaking records. Tickets for the two-night event at Lincoln Financial Field went on sale August 18th. The show already broke WWE's all-time gate record for WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles and set the previous record of $21.5 million. More than 90,000 tickets have been sold for WWE WrestleMania 40. It'll be held April 6th and 7th in 2024, by the way. Okay? WrestleZone will provide more information. Charlotte Flair recently discussed her potential match at WrestleMania 40. So you got 90,000 tickets and a record $21.5 million. Sean, nobody cares about wrestling.
And then next weekend, AEW did Wembley Stadium and sold out 79,000 tickets as well. So yeah, nobody's following it.
Nah, nobody follows it. Nobody cares. Nobody watches. That is amazing, dude. That's freaking impressive. It really is. And kudos to them how they've made something that's it's a show that you watch every year, like any TV show. Huh? What's that?
WrestleMania is their Super Bowl, so
Right.
it's the one where you get the celebrities, you get the surprises, you get the legends coming back. You always get something at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So they have just done a beautiful job on how this whole thing just year after year, dude. Just it's a male soap opera, pretty much, you know? It's genius stuff, man. And to think of where it started when I was a kid and watching it and how, cheesy and raw it was back in the day and the Gordon Soley stuff. And they're just like, there wasn't a lot of production into it like there is now. Now there's a hell of a lot more production into it. It just looks a lot better, It was just a super raw product back in the day. And to see where it's grown, it's impressive. I got to say. That is your KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
Brett says, Big O Wrestling is not fake. Yes, the outcomes are predetermined, but there's nothing fake about the athleticism, conditioning, and endurance of these amazing acrobatic athletes. That's right. That's the part that you can never deny, the athleticism, the way they sell out their bodies. I mean, it's pure entertainment, man. And they are sacrificing a lot, too. They make their money, but they are also giving up their bodies, man. They don't walk out of that sport healthy, normal. Marcus says, hear me out, Big O. You're the Superfly Schnucka of Finn's coverage, baby. Keep those Fijian chops coming, Thank you, sir. Superfly Schnooka. I like it. What are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? Huh? The hell are you laughing about? All right. We are out of here, folks. We appreciate all of you as always. We thank Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend, that puts together this program and this platform every single day. When's the next Square Circle Digest with you and Frankie Fresco? Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Okay? Lock it in. 2 hours of hardcore wrestling talk. And I hear that in this Tuesday episode, Sean will body slam Frankie on camera. Okay? So if you guys want to watch Sean body slam Frankie on camera, you got to watch on Tuesday, 8 o'clock. So this is the wrestling show that actually wrestles. There you go. I mean, you don't get any better than that. Others may talk wrestling. These guys are actually going to wrestle right there on Tuesday. So tune into that. Anyway, we thank, of course, Larry Schlossberg and all the great people out here at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Go Marlins. Let's get both of them against the Dodgers today. Go, of course, Miami Dolphins. No injuries. That's all I need today. All right? No injuries. Offensive line play well. And then you got to win the chip, baby. You got to win the cup. You got to win the League's Cup. Inter Miami tonight against Nashville. Messi and the boys are going for their first title. The guy gets here in a month, and within a month, you're going for a title. South Florida, let's go, baby. We'll see you guys later on this evening. We'll give you a recap here on the channel from the football game and a recap for the Inter Miami Nashville Championship. We'll do both of that here on the platform. We'll see you all later on this evening. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O